Good evening, everyone. It's me, Tahili CD, once again. And thank you so much for joining me. It's that time again, Thought for Tuesday. And once again, I am on this beautiful rooftop on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. And here I am thinking of my perspective for today. And my perspective for today is actually from an experience I had yesterday. And it was brought home again that people are indeed our lessons in life. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes there are many times there are things that I want, or certain traits in my life I want to have. I want people to know me by. I want to be known as a kind person. I want to be known as a forgiving person. I want to be known as someone who's joyful, who's full of light and love and energy. But here's the thing. In order to be known as that person, I must demonstrate it at all times. So if I want to be known as a kind person, and I say to myself, I am kind, how then do I become recognized as a kind person? It's easy to be kind to people who are easygoing and who demonstrate kindness too. But who can demonstrate kindness to you. But the real test is when I can be kind to the unkindest of people, because I'm not being kind to them because they are kind to me. They are my lesson. If I am a kind person, it is because it is what is inside me. So whether I am receiving kindness from that person when I interact with that person, because it is a part of who I am, I will find the ability to be kind to them with my interactions. If I want to be known as a forgiving person, it's easy to forgive someone who is loving and kind and just always being great to you. But what about that person who did that act, who you, in your perception, you believe is unforgivable? Unforgivable. That what they did was unforgivable. I cannot forgive them. So you want to be known as a forgiving person, right? But here you are with your test. Your test is that person who has done that unforgivable act. How do you then become a forgiving person? How do I become a forgiving person? I find it inside me to forgive them, not because they did something forgivable, but because in spite of the fact that they did something unforgivable in my perception, I am able to forgive them and let it go. And letting it go doesn't mean that you've forgotten the act. It means that you have washed away the effects of the act in your life. And how then do you become a joyful person? How do you become a joyful person? I say I'm joyful. How do I prove that I'm joyful? I prove that I'm joyful when I can be among the most despairing person and still remain true to myself by counteracting everything that they represent with joy and peace and a fresh perspective, a positive perspective. They say, I see rain and I say, wow, look at the weather outside. Yeah, I know it's horrible, right? And instead I was like, no, actually, I think it's quite a beautiful day. I love rainy days. The trees must love it. The plants must need it. And I maintain my joyful perspective despite the fact I may be around someone who is despairing. So that's where my thought is at. People are our true lessons in life. We say we have certain qualities inside of us and we want to see this reflected in our daily activities. Don't go looking to the person who's always kind and nice to you and easygoing and smiles and oh my God, it's so easy to be nice to a nice person. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. What works, what helps, what's the test, is when you find that person who is just always that negative Nancy. They're just living in that negative Nancy dress and they're wearing it well. And you have to find ways to interact with them and stay true to yourself, becoming transparent to their energies while maintaining the truth of your being. So my friends, that's my thought for Tuesday on this beautiful rooftop. And I'm just loving the fact that despite all the trying circumstances I've had in the last 2 days, I remain joyful. I remain kind. I remain loving. I give major acts of love even when every part of me was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do it. It's so hard. But that's the test. That's the test, friends. The test is when it's so hard, you still have to push. And I like to compare this to training. When you're running a marathon or you're running a 5K, you know, when you're now first start the race, everything nice, you know, you're fresh, everybody easy, yeah, I could do this. Halfway through is when you realize, I don't know if I could make this. You start doubting yourself and your abilities and your capabilities to stay true to this cause that you have. And then you have to manufacture energy to to really fulfill your vision. It's the same thing with qualities that you want in your life. You say to yourself you're a kind and loving person. You find people who are going to test that truth of your being. And if you fail the test, you know, no fear. It just means that you still have something about yourself to work on. And life is about progress, not perfection. I don't need to be perfect today. I just need to be better than yesterday. So that's my thought for Tuesday, friends. Thanks so much for listening. I'm on this beautiful rooftop, enjoying a beautiful evening. Have a great week. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Namaste. Love and light to you all.